has a absolute insanity of trying to outrun a Shai-Hulud or escape a massive sandstorm, Dune Awakening appears to be on track to become the sci-fi survival game I've always dreamt of, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it.
Arrakis is a test. Few survive it.
How do you make a survival game set in an utterly desolate wasteland of sand? Well, according to Funcom, the answer lies in the hidden spaces of Arrakis. Described in Frank Herbert's novels, these hidden pockets of shade and refuge are home to life and microbiomes that will be altogether unfamiliar to those who have only seen the movies. But Dune Awakening hopes to lean pretty heavily on their existence to fill the massive desert with things for players to do, whether that be finding a pocket of shelter to build a base in, delving into a cave that's home to hostile creatures, or taking down enemy bases in search of loot and resources. In fact, the wide-open empty spaces filled with hot sand might be more of an asset than a hindrance, as it allows for a heat stroke mechanic where players are punished for spending time in direct sunlight with some pretty devastating debuffs. Meaning players will instead need to dart from shelter to shelter, battling the elements as they explore the world and its many hidden spaces.
Chat, so more then more towards V Rising than fucking something like WoW, right?
The forever game of the floor is lava.
Because MMO isn't MMORPG, it's different. People think MMO, they think MMORPG, but that's not how it is.
Constantly, and develop strategies for managing their water reserves, protecting against the heat, and of course, engaging in the never-ending struggle for all-important spice. In one leg of the demo, players work together to claim a massive deposit of spice while keeping an eye out for the ever-looming threat of the Shai-Hulud, drawn to their activity in the desert, only to be unexpectedly overwhelmed by a sandstorm instead, which swallowed them and their precious cargo along with them. In another section, a group of players work together to infiltrate a high-level facility filled with rare materials and dangerous enemies, making sure to harvest the blood of fallen baddies to replenish their rapidly depleting water reserves. Before the demo, I had a lot of questions about how a Dune survival game would even work without becoming extremely monotonous in short order. But by the end, I found myself...
Okay, normally IGN, they're kind of bad with the reviews. This is actually a really fucking good take. Chat, I'm gonna play it again. That's a really good take.
About how a Dune survival game would even work without becoming extremely monotonous in short order. But by the end, I found myself...
Monotonous in short order is usually how it turns out.
Wondering why in the heck someone hadn't made one sooner. Seeing all the clever ways Dune Awakening plans to make brilliant use of Dune's unique lore made me a believer.
Because what do you do?
Beyond the major things Dune Awakening...
The survival, then what do you do then? What do you get in, you build a base, you're kind of like the more dominant on a server, then you do what? You beat a boss, it's like the last boss, and then what?
Aims to get right, the demo also included all these little details that took my hype
would have to be
the
constant
level.
Wipes,
like
or
how
like
they showed off an incredibly detailed
the best content roadmap to ever exist.
Included things like choosing your home planet and origin to decide some of your starting traits and aspects of your appearance. Or how the in-depth skill trees and crafting system allowed you to drastically augment your playstyle from a telekinetic mentalist with a bag of supernatural tricks to run-and-gun soldiers with a bag of high explosives. As someone who has spent a good deal of time with the Dune tabletop RPG, dreaming up the characters I'd like to portray in that universe, this looks like it'll scratch an itch I've had for decades, and I absolutely cannot wait to get my hands on it when it hits early access later this year.
Arrakis is a test. Few survive it. But the humans that do...
I found V Rising amazing.
For more, check out our recent previews of Zenless Zone Zero